Discussing your dollars. The WBBM Noon Business Hour continues.
It is quite the dream, isn't it? Hitting a lottery jackpot, $636 million at the moment in the Mega Millions game. But once you get a windfall of cash, whether it's lottery, an inheritance from your rich uncle, what do you do then? Let's talk about it. We're joined by Dr. Marty Martin, financial psychologist at Equus Wealth Management here in Chicago. Dr. Martin, very good to meet you. Thanks for joining us on the Noon Business Hour.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
All right, so what about it? First impulse when people win all that money, what happens?
First impulse is they actually are quite happy, but they're also shocked as well. And they have racing thoughts, if you will. Should I spend the money? Should I save the money? What should I do with taxes? Well, a lot of questions.
Unless one is experienced with handling a vast sum of money, and I suspect that's very few people, I would think the first thing you'd want to do is go to a trusted lawyer or financial advisor. Is that correct?
I would agree with that because you really want to create what's called a decision-free zone because you don't want to make any decisions that you would later regret. So a lot of people may go on a spending spree or they may loan money out to the relatives to really create a decision-free zone, then make some good decisions.
There are some people who have let this go to their heads, as you say, Doctor, and then the whole thing falls apart at the end. And we've heard this sad stories, too, haven't we?
Well, there are a number of sad stories, and in fact, the research is pretty clear, is that even lottery winners that may win $100, $200 million, they really are not that happier than others. They're richer, but not necessarily happier.
Money cannot buy happiness. It can rent some of it, but it can't buy happiness. I've always
precisely. I like the way that you said that. What also happens too is there's a lot more family stress and stress from friends because people expect you to give the money or to act in a different way.
Maybe you should try to just sort of sit back, take a deep breath, and think about it for a while instead of, as you say, making rash decisions.
You're absolutely right, but I do think you do need to get some sound legal advice and financial advice, but don't necessarily act on that advice. But you need to have some information because most people in our country are not that financially literate. You really have to increase your financial literacy so that way you can make wise decisions.
Well, putting down $1 or $2 for the lottery, but putting down the latest Social Security check, not a very good idea. Dr. Martin, thanks for being with us today. Dr. Marty Martin, financial psychologist, Equus Wealth Management. Seems to me when you get these big jackpots, John, and you got these millions and millions of dollars, more people are playing, your odds lessen. I would think you would have a better chance if it's just an ordinary, daily lotto.
Yep,
but then again, what do I know?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not right about that. And that's why I don't play the lottery.